The state television company Western Armenia represents the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast. We have never been this close to genocide recognition, what Yerevan should not do under Biden's rule. We plan to connect the Indian Ocean with Eurasia through Armenia. Ambassador of India to Iran. Boston mayor apologized to the Armenians for the statement in support of Azerbaijan. A bank branch may be built in the Armenian cemetery in Ankara, Chinar province of Tigranakert, a place having witnesses of history everywhere. Javakh celebrated the middle day of Lent with Gata festival. Lost Paradise, the photos taken in Artsakh in international contest. We present to you Laura Sargsyan's article published in Sputnik Armenia. The US will be guided in all its actions primarily by its relations with Turkey and the agenda Ankara will pursue during these days. The atmosphere in the US is ripe for the 46th President Joe Biden to recognize the 1915 genocide against Armenians committed in the Ottoman Empire. Moreover, the Armenian community of the country has never been closer to victory about this issue. Political scientist and head of the Armenian Center for American Studies, Suren Sargsyan, is convinced in this. Earlier, head of U.S. Senate Foreign Affairs Committee Bob Menendez initiated collecting signatures for a bipartisan letter to U.S. President Joe Biden. In it, he urges the U.S. head of state to recognize the genocide against Armenians. The Senate letter refers to Joe Biden's statement of 24 April 2020, in which he mentioned that he would support a resolution recognizing the genocide against Armenians. In an interview with Sputnik Armenia, Sargsyan stressed that Menendez is quite an authoritative person, both among Democrats and in U.S. politics in general. He has influence on U.S. foreign policy. This is not the first time Menendez makes such a statement and initiative. However, in this case, we are facing an exceptional situation when the U.S. leader is Biden, and the possibility of genocide recognition during his presidency is much higher than under anyone else, Sargsyan said. According to him, Biden's decision is influenced by a number of reasons, one of which is relations of Washington with Ankara. He is sure that tens of congressmen will sign under the initiative of Menendez. The expert believes that the Armenian community is closer to winning the issue of the recognition of genocide against Armenians than ever, as there is not only a promise but also a political atmosphere was formed. On the other hand, he believes that it is better for Yerevan not to interfere in this issue. Armenians' involvement in various Armenian-Turkish initiatives could spoil the matter. Sargsyan stressed that in this case, Washington may state that the U.S. involvement in this situation may be an obstacle for the negotiation process. President Daghbashyan specifies that the recognition of the genocide against Armenians perpetrated by Turkey in Western Armenia, occupied from 1915 to 1923 by U.S. President Joe Biden, would demonstrate the political will of the United States to legally enforce the inalienable rights of the Armenian people over Western Armenia, as well as the executor of President Woodrow Wilson's award. The full article is available on our website. Qadam Darhar Mendra, Indian ambassador to Iran, emphasizing the development of the Iranian port of Chabahar, said his country plans to connect the western part of Chabahar and the Indian Ocean to Eurasia and Helsinki through Armenia, creating a north-south corridor. Infoteka24 reports. The diplomat noted that Delhi plans to make Chabahar the most powerful and busiest port in the region, thereby developing relations with the countries landlocked at the east-west Caspian Sea. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh has issued a statement of apology to the Armenian community of Boston and rescinded a recent proclamation declaring February 26 Khojali Commemoration Day. OneLured.am reports. Unfortunately, on our part, this was done without our typical review process, which includes conferring with all those potentially impacted. The apology letter reads, following conversations with leaders of the Armenian American community, we realized that this proclamation has been hurtful to many of you. The mayor praised Armenians, stressing the great contribution of our compatriots to the development of Boston. He highlighted the Armenian Heritage Park that the community has established in the heart of the city. Walsh also recalled that he participated in the commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the genocide against Armenians in 2015, mentioning that he considers relations with Armenian community and Armenia very important. Human bones have been found during the excavation of the foundations for the construction of the new Bank publishing in Ulus, Ankara. The area was formerly the site of an Armenian Catholic cemetery, according to cadastral archives. Based on this, the Turkish Union of Architects called for a halt to construction work. According to the director of the Ankara branch of the Chamber of Architects, the bones found during construction were handed over for examination to the Museum of Anatolian Civilizations. According to him, official sources indicate that there used to be not only a cemetery but also a church and a bathhouse. Despite this, construction work is in full swing. This is disrespectful towards the multicultural construction of Anatolia. It is a violation of human rights and barbarism. Regardless of the religion and language of the people buried there, concreting their graves and constructing a building is an inhumane act. It is a crime, the director said, demanding to stop the construction work immediately. The Chinar district of Tigranakert, Western Armenia, located in the center of the so-called Golden Triangle of the tourist route of Mesopotamia, attracts attention for its cultural and natural treasures. The 3,000 years old Zerzeva fortress, which was used as a military settlement in Roman times, is home to the Mitra underground temple and hundreds of volcanic caves and the lava wave formed by the Karachi volcano in 1957. Surrounded by dozens of large and small waterfalls and forests, Chinar is one of the most important historical and tourist sites. Rich in churches, refuges, and rock-cut altars, having a history of nearly 3,000 years, this unique area gained its true value with the discovery of the Temple of Mitra. It is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. About 69,000 foreigners and 350,000 local tourists visited the place in 2019. The festival of the Armenian Gatha was organized in the middle day of the Great Lent in Ninotsminda and Akhalkalaki churches. The worshippers celebrated Mijing, the middle of Lent, in the Surpchash church. The celebration included singing to God, praying and lighting candles. There was a table with Lenten dishes. Then Father Narek Tigranyan, pastor of Surpchash church in Akhalkalaki, spoke about the Lent and Mijing and blessed those present and food, as well as handed souvenirs and certificates to women who cooked Gata. The name Mijing is given to the middle day of Lent, which has no festive significance. It is exactly halfway through the 49 days of Lent, Wednesday. According to tradition in Javakh, a round hash is baked in the family with an engaged person, put bets or money in it, and sent it to the bride or groom. The Gata is cut into equal pieces for all the family members. Whoever gets the beads or money will have success that year. Lost Paradise. This is the title of a series of photographs taken in Artsakh during the war and in the days after by a special photographer for the RIA Novosti agency, Valery Melnikov. It was presented at World Press Photo, one of the most honorable international photo contests. Panorama.am reports. RIA Novosti published photo stories of people whose lives were invaded by war. Let us remind that over 4,000 people were killed during the hostilities in Artsakh. Some residents left their homes and took the remains of their relatives for reburial in Armenia. The photos present different episodes of the Artsakh people living through the hell of war. A photo in front of an own burning house, living village, a crying woman saying goodbye to her home, and others. Now we present you Kainana by Sasnatsarer Ensemble. The full version is available on the official website of Western Armenia TV. This was all for today. Goodbye.